Hello, it's me. Welcome back to my channel. Okay guys, today I'm baking banana bread with walnuts and chocolate chips inside. So this is gonna be some bomb stuff, okay? So I have to kind of put it like this to give you an idea of the setup, right? Okay, we usually keep that in the oven. We store that in the oven, so that's why it's a mess. Don't mind that though, we're gonna clean it all up later. So you're gonna need 2 bowls, obviously. And then I will list the person's recipe below if I remember. So the pan and the parchment paper, kind of like this. I've made banana bread once before and I lined like the whole thing, like this side's too, but it kind of came out like weirdly crispy. I don't know. So maybe this will be different, hopefully. So you're gonna need a few things. Flour, brown sugar, baking powder. Then you're gonna need granulated sugar, vanilla extract, maybe you could use vanilla bean paste. These are from Trader Joe's. Then I have semi-sweet chocolate chips, vegetable oil. I also have butter, which I'm gonna brown. And guys, it's actually not that hard. I've made it before. I make it in this, usually in like a wooden spatula. And you just have to keep watching it and mixing it. So I'll show this, I'll try my best to show this whole process. Oven is at 325 preheating. I'll see you guys in a second. The way that I like to do it is I usually chop the butter just so it can melt a little easier. I don't know if that makes a difference. It's all going in the same pot, but I like to think that it makes a difference. And I left this in the fridge for a little bit so you can see it's kind of softer. It's on the paper. It's totally fine. Whatever. Okay. Now, you just got to keep mixing like for 5 minutes and keep watching it. Like medium to low heat. Like medium to low heat. Keep your eye on it. What it should look like. Clearly brown. Very good smell. And then it also says to add like a tablespoon of butter to it. So, I mean, it's like 14 grams. This is close enough, 13 grams with the paper, whatever. And add that in, it says. Oh, I don't know. I don't know what that does, but I'm following the recipe to a T. So. Those delicious freaking brown butter flakes. Okay, I've forgotten to mention you need buttermilk, sour cream. These are like basically the things you need. But now we're gonna get started on the dry mix part of it. So 1 second. And I'm gonna get started on my dry mix. So we're gonna need, no, I can do this. 1 1/3 cups. I love that this recipe, it has like the grams too, because I usually have to go to freaking ChatGPT just to translate that all into grams, because I like to get everything very, very accurate. Like I weigh it with the scale so that I don't like, it's scientific. It's like a science experiment baking, you know what I mean? Like, and you just pray that it turns out right. I'm just gonna use cups to measure the flour just because I don't have anything else to use. Baking is such like low-key an expensive hobby. Like if you're making a ton of batches and you're doing it often, I think it's worth it. But if you're doing like a one-time thing and you have to buy all this, I'm like, this costs like, most of this stuff without like the flour and some of the things I already had costs like $24 by itself. So use a spoon. That's about like 5, I feel like. You can also like, a trick I learned is like fluff up the flour, but then, I don't know, low-key it gets messy, but 1, 2, 3, 4. Ooh. Measure it anyways. I might take some off. I might add some on. So when she breastfeeds, it's like this. Baking is a journey. Oh my god, dude, what the hell? Freaking, is there any flour on me? No, I put so little too. So we have the 1. Now we just need the 3/4. I'm not a mathematician, you guys, but I'm pretty pretty sure 3/4 is half and a fourth. Could I be wrong? I don't know, maybe. Baking soda is 1 teaspoon. So that goes in the mix. And then you also need baking powder, but you only need half a teaspoon for baking powder. I'm not Martha Stewart. Fuck Martha Stewart. That's a Chucky reference. I don't have anything against Martha Stewart. So that's in, the baking soda's in, and I just need half a teaspoon of salt, which I also just bought. Morton, not sponsored. Someone should sponsor me, you guys. I have like 7 followers, you know? I'm back. I ran out of storage, had to come back. But I just, basically what you saw I did was mix the dry ingredients and then you mix them really well with the whisk. And now we're on to the next step. So, granulated sugar. Let's actually lock the frick in because this is serious business, okay? So granulated sugar is half a cup. Okay, hopefully that's good. We'll weigh it, the grams are on here anyways, so granulated sugar should be 100 grams. That's 89, I low-key knew it was off. 98, 101. We'll stick with that, okay? That's gonna go into this mix with the brown butter. Oh my God. Okay. Thank you very much. And now we can add the brown sugar. So the brown sugar, you need also half a cup of light brown sugar, which I already had on hand. And you gotta kind of pack brown sugar because it's like this. Like with the spoon, you gotta pack it. There's gonna be like molasses pieces in there. Molasses. 106. Let's do 106 because I feel like sometimes the scale can be a little off. So I'm gonna add that into the mix. This is like a lot of like oil and butter going on, you guys. Maybe I'll do a little less than a fourth, like it's like on the brink, on the precipice. I like saying random words, so you can tell. Okay, now we mix it. So I'm kind of just gonna get it kind of incorporated first before I really get to mixing it. And a hand mixer would be nice. I have one, but I feel like this is like easy, so I can do this by myself. Unless it requires like 10 minutes of mixing or something, then I'll. So it says, then, oh yeah. Whisk everything well, then add mashed banana, mix well again, add the eggs and vanilla. I forgot the eggs. I want it to be room temperature, you guys. Like, I know this in baking, that's what a lot of recipes say. And so that's just what I'm used to doing. Mix the bananas with a fork. I just got these, so they're low-key not that ripe as I thought. This mashed mush, and then you just add that to this that you just mixed. Oh! Crack it into this other cup. Just don't get any shell in it. Whatever, if you get it on your hands. Just wash your hands. Be a man. All a part of the process. This is the reality of baking sometimes. It's not always the end result. It's everything in between. And of course I'm gonna sanitize everything after, but because I just cracked one of the eggs on accident. Okay, that was a good egg. I'm just sad that I wasted an egg. That was not my desire. So 2 eggs, and I'm just gonna add that into the mix. And then you also, pretty sure you need sour cream, right? You need about half a cup. So after you add the eggs, you add in the vanilla. How much vanilla? Usually I do a little extra. For a little extra something, you know? We're gonna add 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla extract. Just do it with your heart too. Like if you need to add more, add more. Just add like 1/4 of this, like what's gonna happen? Vanilla bourbon paste. Oh, like give it to me. I'm sorry. Now that that's all in there, we gotta mix this first before adding in the sour cream. So I'm gonna do that really quick. First, break up the egg kind of at the top, like that. You see? You can't see? Okay, sorry. So amazing. It smells so amazing right now, you guys. And also, I'm not just like putting on some random stuff. I've laid out napkins. Like I'm gonna clean this all after. So keep that in mind. I'm a clean person, I promise. You add the dry ingredients first before adding in the buttermilk. Girl, this is why you need the spoon though. You can't just be willy-nilly. There's a lot of wet ingredients I noticed that goes into this, and I'm hoping that's what's gonna make it really moist and wonderful banana bread. We'll see. Bad boys on hand, okay? And I'm keeping 1/3 cup of buttermilk. It has butter flakes in it, and I was like, what the hell is that in it? And I poured some of it out. Just read the thing. Don't do what I did, you know what I mean? Like, this is usually my handy dandy spatula for this. So we're gonna add little by little the flour and add in the buttermilk as, there's buttermilk or something on my arm, as we go. So I'm gonna just sort of like fold it in like that. Oh my goodness, I wish you guys could see. If I bring it forward, you don't have to see my face. It's like not important. Like little by little like that, you know. I have my chocolate chips to the side as well. It's settled in the middle. Now I'm gonna add the chocolate chips. I'll see if I need more. I don't think so, honestly, because I'm gonna add some walnuts also. I think, genuinely, I think like 1/3 cup is enough, but I don't know where my 1/3 cup went. Like that should be enough, maybe. I could add more. Or I think I should add like more. Just add your heart's desire of walnuts, bro. Like if you feel like it's not enough, you add more. That's just how it kind of is with baking. Like when you're adding like the final touches. Mixed it enough. That's good. This is what it looks like, you guys. Looking very doughy, not doughy. Like it's got movement to it, you see. But I do want to add some butter. Okay, so now I'm just gonna, since I've buttered it a little bit and on the inside too and the sides, I'm just gonna add it in and pray that, you know, everything is great. Who wanna lick the batter? I do. So then I'm just gonna smooth it out, sort of like that. Right? And what I like to do is just give it a couple bangs. And you can top it off. No, it doesn't have to be even Steven. Like, I don't know where I'm doing too much, but. Okay, here's the result. How does that look? Fantastic. Now we're gonna throw it in the oven. 65 to 25 minutes. Okay, sorry, not 30. As you can see at 325. And I'll be back in 65 minutes to show you the results, and I'm gonna poke it with a toothpick. So I had to foil it just at the last 5 minutes. I added an extra 10 minutes. So instead of 65, I did 75 because it suggested that in case, you know. But now it's coming out. All the toothpicks are coming out clean. When I was putting it here, it was not coming out clean. But now it's good. So it's ready. Looks beautiful. Looks lovely. And thank you guys so much for watching. And if you enjoyed, subscribe for more.